Preecy, ultimately a 2-0 win this afternoon against Alfreton Town. Probably the best way of describing it, a professional performance.
I think it was. We know Alfreton are a good side, strong, well organised. It's got some really good players. Yeah, they've got a long throw which they use, and anybody would use that long throw. But I think sometimes they get a bad do about how they play, because I do think that they've got some quality players in their team who can play some good football, like the goal that they scored against us at their place. So the threats from all over, but today, like you said, it was a professional performance. We started the game really well, kept them away from our box. Obviously got the goal very, very early for first attack, and then kept them away, and never let them get any momentum or put us under any pressure. Little bit of controversy over the second goal. It looks like it probably did at Cal's hand, but I thought it was close to his body. I don't know. You'd have to see it back, but I'm pretty sure it's on the blind side of the referee. I don't think the referee can see it, and I don't think the linesman will be able to see it. So if you can't see it, you can't give it. So maybe we just got lucky with the circumstance of where the officials are at that particular time. But we were pretty much in control. We defended really well, defended the long throw well. Matty was nice and solid for us. I don't think they really had any efforts on goal. Possibly one in the first half. But other than that, we were pretty much in control of the game. I thought our front lads were great, all three of them, holding the ball up, getting us free kicks. And there were a couple of other opportunities that possibly we could have got another one before half time. And then second half, it's trying to control the game as much as you can against Alfreton. But we did that well, with our strikers again holding the ball up and winning lots of second balls in midfield. And then even when Cal's went off, you worry a little bit, because you lose probably a little bit of height and strength in there. But I thought Joe Nolan come on and won lots of headers and second balls. Christie alongside him was good. George I thought was outstanding. Warren again. You can go through all the team. I thought the lads at the back were magnificent. If you say Matty and the four ahead of him, they were probably, if you look at our team, they were probably the 8s in our team, and everybody else was solid 7s. Jack Leckie coming in for his debut against Jake Day, that doesn't get any harder. And Jake Day got took off after 55-60 minutes. It just shows what a great first performance he had for us. So yeah, really pleased. Especially being non-league day and World Down Syndrome Day, it's just puts the icing on the cake. 3 points, bounce back after a couple of defeats. Something that is probably what would you say, a real positive about this squad and this team, that when we do lose one, very rarely it's 2, and when it is 2, it doesn't get to 3. And I think it was the first time we lost 2 on a bounce this season. I think last season we hardly, if we did lose 2 on a bounce. So we're in a good position, like I've said, and remain positive. Even though we had the 2 defeats, we're still in a good position. And we've been massively tested today. That is a real test, playing Alfreton, and we've come through it.
Says a lot to you about the league, doesn't it, in terms of 2 disappointing results. We get the right one today, we're banging the mix, and all of a sudden people were writing us off after last weekend, and now we find ourselves up 2 places and, like you say, bang in there.
Yeah, look, we were going to be in that. If we'd lost today, we'd still be in there, because we've still got a game in hand, and there's so few games left. You win 3 or 4 of your last 6, you're going to be in there whatever happens. So that's the fortunate thing about you know, the form that we've had this season is that we've put ourselves in a position that, you know, we can lose a couple of games and still be in a reasonably strong position. We could lose 3 or 4 games and we're still going to be in there. So that's a positive. But we want to take advantage of a great result today. You know, our game in hand on Tuesday. Really tough place to go, Darlington. Very good side. You know, Alfreton played really well against them on Tuesday night. They were really good, and Darlington had to dig in, and they showed their character in getting a point out of that game. And at the end, they were controlling the game, and you know, could have ended up nicking it. So again, you know, it doesn't matter where you go, it's going to be difficult. But you know, Darlington will be as tough as anywhere.
Day like today, obviously, as you mentioned, non-league day and World Down Syndrome Day, must feel a little bit extra meaning to you, obviously, given the connection to Harry and others, to get that win today.
Yeah, it's funny. Calves gets the 2 goals. Calves is Harry's favourite player. All he talks about is Calves all the time at home. So yeah, you know, look, it's a really good day and a great celebration. Nice to win again at home on non-league day when we've got fans from other clubs coming and having a look. The atmosphere was great. You could hear our fans throughout the second half didn't shut up, which is great. Makes a massive difference to us, because when you get into these games at the end of the season, you know, there are tired legs and you know, they do need that lift. So yeah, really pleased. You know, he probably couldn't have scripted it any better. So there'll be lots of smiles at home tonight.
7 games to go, obviously, as we mentioned. Darlington's the next one. 3 home games left to go. Crowd of nearly 1,700, and wouldn't it be nice if we could keep that going between now and the end of the season as we embark on the running?
Yeah, look, we've had 2 great crowds, haven't we? And I don't know, I think obviously we had those couple of 600s, which probably knocked our average attendance, but I still think we're up on last year. So yeah, look, it's all positive. We've got some big games to come up, some really tough games. It doesn't matter who you play at this stage of the season, everybody's playing for something, and you know, we've just got to do our job ourselves. It's still in our hands, and with 7 to go, to be in this position, we're all delighted.